Now.
Okay. Hi, our group did a Los Pollos Hermanos digital rebrand. I'm Chloe.
I'm Joan.
I'm Mark.
I'm Jackson.
So first we're gonna start off with defining the problem. We're gonna move on to understanding the current state, visualizing the ideal state, performing a root cause analysis, developing a solution hypothesis, conducting experiments, evaluating results, implementing the best ideas, and finally institutionalizing change. So to start it off, defining the problem, our problem statement. Around 50% of our customers would not order from Los Pollos Hermanos in comparison with other fast food franchises because of its overall outdated branding, their unappealing website, and general difficulty in navigating the website. For our improvement statement, we wanted to increase the percentage of people who would order from Los Pollos Hermanos by 40% by modernizing the current brand and creating a consistent and user-friendly website. So understanding the current state. This is a current homepage just to visualize. It's evident that the styles are a bit old and tacky and the colors are quite saturated. For the current logo, it really didn't match current trends and we believed that we needed to modernize the design. So us, along with its loyal customers, believed that what needed to be changed were the overabundance of colors, the complicated fonts, and overall the lack of simplicity in order to provide for a better first impression. So moving on to its current state, the pros, generally, it has a very recognizable, familiar logo to the customers. It's an established and successful business with loyal customers, and it has company values because it's a family-based restaurant. And for the cons, it has kind of an outdated website and design. It doesn't have quite a recognizable color scheme, and it has a lack of online information. Okay, so for the first order of business was to redesign the logo and the website. And we needed to remember not to over-design anything and increase and maintain customer satisfaction as well. A lot of people appreciate the old design because it's what they're familiar with. So we wanted to preserve certain aspects and not stray too far away from the original. And finally, we wanted to eliminate any poor navigation features and fonts, as well as the definitely oversaturated colors. So our VOC survey results concluded that only about 18.9% liked the logo as it was, and only 32.4% would select Los Pollos Hermanos, as well as recommend it to family members and friends. For the Kano analysis, these general aspects were particularly important to the customer. However, they were not satisfied with how they were presented in the old Los Pollos Hermanos website and logo. With the House of Quality, the three most notable VOC requirements were a reliable website, cohesive colors, fewer fonts, and the two most correlated aspects between VOP and VOC we found were more online traffic and an easily consumable website and logo.
So moving on, we're going to go into visualizing the ideal state. We found this quote by Edward Deming that profit in business comes from repeated customers that boast about your project or service and that brings friends with them. And we thought that this quote related to our project because one of the big problems that we wanted to focus on with Los Pollos Hermanos was to bring more customers in and have them recommend them to other people. So with our ideal state, we want to increase customer action, and that is just having customers buy from Los Pollos Hermanos and choose that over other fast food franchises. We wanted to increase website traffic, improve user interface because the current website has a lack of that, and modernize and have consistent branding overall. So using the big, hairy, audacious goals, we want to see a 40% increase. So from our VOC survey, we see that 18.9% like the logos as is, and then so we wanted to see a 40% increase, so that would be 58.9% like the logo. We wanted the 32.4% who would select Los Pollos Hermanos to be 72.4%, and we wanted 32.4% who would recommend Los Pollos Hermanos to be 32.4% to be 72.4%. So we decided to move on to performing the root cause analysis. We used the YY diagram to get to the bottom of the case and see how we could improve the brand. And we found that the three focuses should be on modernization, simplify color palette, and change of font. So with modernization, we thought that we could modernize the menu and the logo, and that would be by just having a more cohesive and a simpler font and color scheme. We thought that by modernizing the logo, we thought that customers could quickly glance at Los Pollos Hermanos and quickly recognize it. We also thought that we should modernize the menu. And then with the simplifying color palette, we thought that the current color choices used were very harsh. A lot of the customers said they didn't like the very saturated colors. So we thought that we should reduce the saturation and just use more energetic and warm colors to create a friendly atmosphere. And then also the font choices. A lot of people on the survey said that the font was very tacky and it made the whole website seem very unreliable. So we thought we should use a less blocky and more modern font. So developing the solution hypothesis. We used the affinity diagram to see how we can solve the problem, and we came up with two categories, which was better UX UI and consistent branding. So with better UX UI, we thought that we should organize the current website, and we found that the current website had a lack of an ordering page, so we thought that we should add that. And we thought that we should update the pictures used on the current website to a more modern picture that flowed better. We also thought to replace the font and colors and add a bigger menu size. And we thought to add more headings and sections so that it would be easier to navigate and be user-friendly. And then with the category of consistent branding, like we said, we wanted to modernize the logo, change the font, and keep colors and fonts consistent. So we came up with the solution hypothesis that if we create a new modern website, we can increase website effectiveness by improving brand experience and the functionality of the user interface, resulting in a higher profit and website traffic. We will expect to see a 40% increase in the likelihood of customers ordering from Los Pollos Hermanos and recommending it to other people.
All right, section 6, conducting experiments. This is our before survey to kind of get an idea of what customers liked and disliked about the logo and the website. And we were going to use this data to improve and make design suggestions for our secondary survey. So here were some of the colors and font choices that we gave as like a kind of palette to give to these customers to kind of get an idea of the direction we should go with our logo design and just overall branding. And here's our final website. We wanted to basically improve the kind of flow of the website so you can kind of get around, find what you want to eat, and just place an order online, which was something that the original website lacked and something a lot of people wanted. So Eureka analysis, we kind of wanted to do two things with the logo and the website. For the logo, we thought that Eureka would apply by kind of making the logo more identifiable and distinct. And through that, we wanted to change the colors to make them kind of cohesive. And we wanted to make the logo slightly more simple. So, as an example, if you're on the road, you would see the logo from farther away or be able to recognize it. And for the website, we wanted to make it more informative. We wanted to kind of make it so you knew like certain things about the locations, the kind of values, I guess, or just more about what the restaurant has to offer in terms of the menu and just pricing. And yeah. So here was our secondary survey. Its main intention was to just kind of get opinions on the changes that we made through aesthetics and functionality. And yeah, I guess we'll go over some of the data. So 7, evaluating the results. Here was the kind of ranking system that we chose to do for the color scheme. And we allowed customers to kind of give their first, second, third, fourth, fifth choice on the colors that we might use for logo design. And design C had the highest approval rating. So we decided to stick with that and see where it led us with the rest of the design process. So here is some of the data. Our original logo, about 18.9 people liked the logo exactly as is, and the rest just kind of wanted to change anything from colors to font choice or just the overall, well, tackiness of it. And 52% in the new survey said that they enjoyed the new edited logo choices. And all right, 32.4 would select Los Pollos Hermanos before that was original. And 62.5, once they saw the new website, would say, yeah, they would buy from Los Pollos Hermanos. So 32.4 would recommend before, and 65.7 after. So here is the kind of percent increase of the overall effectiveness of certain things. This 175.1% was the increase we got for our new kind of edited, updated logo. There was a 92.9% increase in the likelihood of customers to buy from Los Pollos Hermanos. And then there was a 102.7 increase in somebody's likelihood to recommend Los Pollos Hermanos to others. All right. Here was our Kano analysis. We kind of determined from this that there was a lower kind of need to adjust branding compared to website interface and the overall design of that. And we saw that from the first survey and the second survey. There was a drastic kind of increase in people liking it, and before it was just much more of an issue, and there was more complaining about it.
Now, I'll go over how we implemented the best ideas for the survey. Before, we had the previously oversaturated website. It didn't have much in the way of online traffic, and it wasn't very user-friendly, while our new implemented website keeps its priorities straight, as well as better prioritization of our about, our menu, and our online services and ordering potential. From our first VOC survey, we found that the first website was only deemed as okay when it came to ease of access, and it was gradually seen as meddling within the survey results. The VOC survey 2 found that our new website was highly effective when it came to navigation due to the reduced traffic, meant to the reduced noise when it came to the colors and font choices. The font changes were implemented through Charcuterie Deco, which was implemented into the redesigned logo with the new color schemes. It beat out the other surveys and the other fonts by roughly 10%. The scatter plot of website effectiveness gradually increased about a fair amount, though it was not very strong. We found that there were some gradual increases in the overall likelihood that people would place an order on this new website compared to the current one. And how did we initialize those changes? Well, we created a style guide using the survey created logo, as well as the hex code for the specific 4 colors that were used. Charcuterie Deco is the font used for the logo and will be used at this point on, and the website fonts were Inter and Hind Majorai, so these will be used later on in the future. In case they need to be changed, training will be used in order to further gain some insight on if people like those fonts. The 5 S's: sort, shine, set in order, standardize, sustain. With a cleaner and more concise branding, we can have more efficient marketing for consumers through our website and our logo. If we simplify the landing page, that means people can get what they need much faster, and they don't have to waste much time, but they can still connect our product thanks to the branding elements we've implemented. With our proper logo readability, that means we have greater implementation and modernization of each of the items. We standardize this by having our website be updated consistently with new items, new branding ideas, and potentially updated logos. And finally, we maintain this consistent branding for potential off-breach and versatile marketing, and see how the brand can expand beyond just the online presence. Lastly, how would this implementation plan come about? Our next step would be to change, all likelihood, maintain things, though focus groups and training of employees may allow for the website to change / be maintained. The new ordering system through the website would be impacted primarily by the items or the desires brought about by the first and second surveys, and new suggestions could be brought about through those physical locations and online ordering. And finally, more packaging and items could be made for branding methods on all platforms to create greater consistency. Thank you very much.